Hello, lovely viewers. Welcome to the Rising Youth Talk Show, today's episode. And it's a wonderful evening, and we're here to bring you a wonderful conversation into a very important topic. With me and my guest here, ready to digest into this topic. I know you're going to stay glued to this channel and enjoy the conversation. And today, we are talking about something technical. We're talking into technical education in Ghana. I mean, you and I will attest to the fact that now technical education in Ghana is on the decline. I mean, it's declining, and nobody is paying attention to it. But today, we are asking this question, that what are these challenges that the technical university student face, and how best can we as a people, or can we as a nation, come together and resolve these problems and then help build our nation? Because if China is China, it's because they took technical education or technicalities or whatever handwork they have serious. So today we are looking at the challenges that the technical student faces, just for the fact that they want to step into technical education. And with me here is a wonderful young man who has been through the technical terrain, has worked, I mean, in there and move all around. He was the former School of Business president for Kumasi Technical University, and currently he is a deputy Senate speaker, the Senate chair at the University of Ghana, and also a board member for the College of Humanities Research, also in the University of Ghana campus. Help me welcome Mr. Sadiq Abubakar. Honorable, welcome to Rising Youth Talk Show.
Thank you very much, Alex. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, we are ready to have you. Because I know we're going to do justice to this very topic. Because there's a lot of challenges when it comes to technical education in Ghana. And I believe my viewers are going to get more from you today.
Sure.
They're going to get more. All right, so you stay glued to the channel and enjoy this conversation. Let's roll by getting to know our personality, Honorable Sadiq. He knows himself better. I like to brief from him. Honorable, my viewer watching this now would love to get to know you. So I will ask a simple question. Who is Honorable Sadiq Abubakar?
Well, he's a young man who grew up from a village, as I would be saying.
You see, I don't know why all my guests come here and they say I grew up from a village.
Yes.
And everybody comes from a village in a way.
See, in terms of urbanization, people doesn't want to say they are from the village.
All right.
If you go out to do a research, say I'm from Tema,
I'm from this, I'm from here. All right. Well, we have to man up and go.
We are proud village boys.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
We need village to be precise, because there are a lot of villages in Ghana.
Yes, Cape Coast, Abakrampa.
Abakrampa, okay.
Yes. Where you can find the famous technical school in Ghana. That's
Aswanzi Technical University. Yes.
Technical Institute.
I think that's the first technical technical institute in Ghana.
Yeah.
First ever to be established.
I think it was a military camp. It was
committed to a technical school.
At least
Wow.
the moment you mention that school, at least my ability stands out.
Wow. At least technical education started from your village. That's interesting.
From the secondary education, I joined Kumasi Polytechnic then. Now I'm in Kumasi Technical University.
Yeah.
I have my HND through to my BTech. Then I think during my time there was nothing like MTech.
Okay.
So I had to move to University of Ghana to continue my masters.
Okay.
Yes.
But so far in the technical terrain, coming through and through, hasn't been easy for you. Before we go into our topic, anyways.
Basically, personally, it has not been easy.
It hasn't been.
It has not been easy. In fact, something like the stigma involved.
Mm-hmm.
I can remember my first day coming to Kumasi Polytechnic then.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think during the vacation break, it was at Christmas vacation, so we have to go to the village. I went to the village, went to Sunday service during Christmas, and then we met people all coming from the various institutions, and we met them.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the Legon boys who hide themselves and talk about big things for the school. Some people talk about social sue. What is this nonsense?
Technical students will be just sitting down, not saying anything.
I never done it before, so I just had to show you, like, you have to force yourself to belong to that position. At least you don't fit. You have to force yourself to fit in that. Yeah. So like, what do you probably for them, probably for the probably okay. So the notion that if you go to police that they didn't pass WASSCE, that stigma also at least was a big challenge to me. I was gonna have WASSCE.
Okay.
Yes, just that I wanted to start from.
But even the question here is, if you don't even pass your exams, would you be even enrolled in Tenka school?
You see, that's the problem.
No, not at all.
I can't remember even within my period, I was there when I entered the Tenka education during 2013. There was a program called Access Program.
Access
So it's
program.
paid for all those who couldn't pass the EMS, that's the English
Maths and Science.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
do that course for 3 months before you can be enrolled on the Tenka universities when they project
Okay.
straightly.
Okay.
But those of us who were having all the passes, at least we enrolled straightly.
Straight
I didn't have
forward.
those kind
Okay.
of challenges, so I was able to enter smoothly without any challenges. Although I applied in training college, community training college, I got the sent me an SMS about admission. I went there to take my letter. I realized there's a new list. During that time, training college they take allowances during that period. Yeah, so they only took about 200 students or so out of about 1,000 that we applied. But for the place, so later I realized that no, I didn't get admission. So all schools have closed their admission. So like the polytechnic was not my major focus.
Okay.
But a friend of mine, and mine is a lecturer here as well too. So she came to the building and said, okay, fine. So that's why here. I don't want to stay in house. So let's go and do one of the programs at least you can start us from there.
Okay.
Then I followed her. Then although I wasn't happy, but I have to come.
And
By
then,
coming here, I think from my
but why were you not happy? Because if you've gone through a technical education and then now coming to another technical.
Oh, personally, I didn't go for technical education. I went to secondary senior.
Oh, okay. So
I was,
the tertiary part was your first
I
technical.
was a full business student there.
But you know, I went to school at your village.
Oh, yeah. My village there is produce a lot of goods in Ghana.
I'm a candidate of Aswanzi Technical University.
Atusa.
I'm an Atusa. So technical schools can produce good products. Let's give technical education a chance. But let's go now into our conversation. But before we do that, my lovely viewers, let me remind you that this show is brought to you by the Grams Arty inside Ameko Kumasi. And the Grams Arty has everything you need when it comes to media, from photography, videography, and anything you want to produce, your souvenirs, what have you. Just contact the Grams Arty and let them do justice to whatever media production you need for that awesome program you have. You can contact them on the number 0546 449980. And my beautiful outfit is wonderfully sold by Juvie Boy Clothing inside Atonsu Agogo. And Juvie Boy Clothing get you covered in all your apparels, everything you want to wear to look good for that occasion. Juvie Boy Clothing got you covered. And you can contact Juvie Boy Clothing also on 0246 002521, and he got you covered. Let's go into our conversation. Mr. Sadiq, with these two shout outs I've given to my sponsors, you can see they are all from the technical side, from the Grams Arty technical and media production, from my clothing. Juvie Boy Clothing comes with a handiwork. Would you say that technical education in this country has been given the necessary attention as we speak now?
I like the keyword necessary.
Yeah, because that has to be.
There's a bit of attention, but not that necessary. As you tell me. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So
there's a bit of attention, but not that necessary as compared to the other traditional universities.
okay, but let's do now a comparison with developing countries. We can see that they are much into technical productions. Like let me take China, because China was from nowhere. We saw that speed with technical handiworks, and now they're somewhere. Let's look at our country now. Technical education in Ghana. Somebody or a student willing to go through technical school, would you say we are giving our children, or we are giving the youth today the front line to aspire for technical education?
See, the love for the technical education has not been preached in our country. We always preach about other countries' technical know-how than our country technical skills. I can't remember, there was a story a friend told me that there was this university students who came up with who studied how to fly a plane as a pilot.
Okay.
Then I think the student finished the training. The person supposed to go for the trial. Go for trial. Okay. The moment they saw that people who were in the flight or in the plane saw it's a black man come to fly the plane, everybody wanted to get out.
Oh, everybody was scared.
Including his own professor who taught him how to even spark an engine of the plane.
He was scared.
He was so scared.
And so what was he teaching him then?
You see, he was so scared. He doesn't even believe in his own student. His own student doesn't even believe in him. So I don't remember the story was like there was only one man who was in the plane and it was like, okay, fine, he will not get out, he'll still be in the plane.
He has that faith.
And then what I supposed to say, why are you staying in the plane? What's about the also know? I know myself cannot even know. He doesn't even know where to start the engine, so I'm not afraid. So that means the plane can never move.
Oh.
Yes, so they believe in the students, the technical institutes that they can even do the job. That is not there. A black man will be confident enough to give his contract to a white man, whether good or bad, the man will come and do it. But a technical student who even had the first class, who in particular can do better, have samples, still the black man will doubt the person. That is the system. That is the system we are in now. And then the second aspect that we see is that we lack the laboratory facilities in Ghana.
Okay, so like the resources.
See, when you go to a South Technical Institute, there where my village is, when you go there, you see they have so many labs for the student to get. But when they remove from that aspect to the technical institutions or the technical universities, they hardly see kind of machineries around to play with, or even they see more advanced machines to play with. How can even technical institutions award their own schools building construction to foreigners?
And that's a big question.
How can our own technical institutions award the major contracts to foreigners? And technical institutions are awarding something like Lacoste to Chinese
to produce and ship them to the country.
Meanwhile, we are teaching students fashion. So what does it for students learning the fashion?
This is serious.
What does it for them learning the fashion? You see, this is the point we are now. So we are just teaching the students, but also don't have the vim in them that they can do it. We don't have even the belief in those students that are producing. Okay. And some of them also don't live up to standard. You see, as we are condemning the act of not having belief in our students, let's condemn the act of our students also having belief in themselves.
But how would I have belief in myself when the materials for me to practice what I have learned is not there? The resources aren't available. How then do I have belief in my own self to produce what I have to produce?
You see, so at least the little we have in our country, we should appreciate that one. Learn it better. For example, like as I was saying, in every academic year, there's kind of attachment program in the academic year, where students have to go to a company and learn practically how to work within the knowledge they have acquired. And then so you see a student from engineering side going to a bank, like electrical engineering students, or listen like Otula, whatever students
being posted to a bank
to go and do either attachment
industrial attachment,
or
national service.
So somebody from a medical laboratory going to a bank, going to do
what would he go to do there? What would he be doing there? So would you say we've misplaced our priorities in a way?
That is it. So I'm expecting that if you doing the national service postings, we give priority to the technical education. Like if you are here, this way you can think your feet go and go. The attachment, you see, doing the attachment, we should give the students. Like they know they are in school. Doing attachment, students have to be given projects to do something.
That's right.
For example, like you see in Ghana, you're embarking on so many other projects like 1 to 1 factory, or one village, one dam. Ghana,
all are part of technical issues for which technical students should be able to.
The machines government is seizing from the Galamsey, the legal mine. Those machines, at least, there are some technical students who know how to operate, or students, I mean, where they are, I think they can operate. Let get a chance to use the machines. So at least think those kind of dam we want to do. For a project, let them go and try part of the dam as a project, and we will have more dams in the country. For example, like their attachment, or to be like, let's say a service they have to render to the country, and then they will use this kind of machines to power the plant, and then
that's part of their national service, perhaps.
You see, the same partisan like my mom was
perfect.
So if I learn how to be petty, from childhood, and because there's some point like for 3 or 4 years I stopped. Then I left travel for about 5 or 6 years. I came back and said I want to become tea. They don't think I was struggling a little before I became tea. Yes. But if I continue practice what I've learned, continue practice, don't think I'll be perfect than doing the right thing.
That's right. That's right.
You see, so in fact, the technical system we have now also it bounces back to the belief we have in our people.
I'm tempted to ask this question from the angle you were coming from, especially on the Galamsey aspect, with the burning of these excavators and all sorts. Would you say that our technical education has been so politicized in a way that nobody ever pays attention to it? Because from what you're saying, should all these machineries be seized and then placed in the hands of a the technical system to help in even this one village, one down stuff, it could have helped? Would you say we've politicized our technical education so much so that we don't even talk about it?
That is where the country is now. Even if you want to buy water, it will politicize the country. Now, as it is raining today, somebody will say, "Oh, another painting and show to Mama buying and that's the Ghana we live in today." Oh yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's just like someone will say, "Oh, before the end of so Varana, you do see right."
Like this energy crisis that we are facing now, that's been there before, but because it has been politicized.
That's right.
We fear to speak the truth to what is happening. We are producing so many mechanical engineering or whatever electrical engineering students that they are sitting at home lying doing nothing.
Doing nothing.
Once we can just empower them to come up with this kind of solar plants or kind of fixing or coming up with machines to at least extend our dams, or probably some people going to take a dam somewhere, then we fix a new one with this kind of men. It's probably the amount of grades. My might not do it how the Ghana or Cameroon students do, but we can employ an expertise to supervise them to do the right thing. But the belief in them that they can do the work is the problem that we are living now. You see, somebody will ask, why then do Ghana take our things, most of our things to China to produce there? That's it. And somebody will say because of cheap labor. But what is cheap about labor? Once Ghana somebody is taking 150 cedis the whole month.
The whole month.
Somebody is taking 100 cedis the whole month.
Is that not even cheap?
It's not that cheap than China. And forgetting that you even add what you call import and export duties attached to whatever you bring in. So what are you talking about cheap labor? It's about the manpower. You have the manpower, you have the men in Ghana. As the current president will say, and now will say, we have the men.
We have the men.
We have the men. So let the men work.
Are they working?
Let the men work. Because of politics, you see, because of politics, even the recruitment system in Ghana has been politicized. So if you don't know anyone in the system, they don't recruit you. Therefore, I know basically that what kind of census Ghana is doing currently. I am of the view that we should employ the statistics students more as their projects or as their attachment to do this job. Then if you think they are not up to the number, then we add other courses to them to at least support them. But we shouldn't put that the job for the boys, so anybody can go and put data. And if education, if you don't have the accurate data you're looking for, how can you train somebody for 2 weeks and expect the person to be like a statistical student who has learned for 4 years or 3 years? Their value will never be the same.
No, not at all.
That's the Ghana we are living now.
I have a big issue with this census sort of a thing, because for the past 5 years we've been preaching digitization. We've been banging on it and making noise about digitization. Are we saying that we've not gotten to a point as a country where even this census could be taken in a digital form rather than sending people on fields, going to people's houses and still doing the same old thing, counting people one by one, but per household. Don't we have this technical men to do that, even when it comes to the technical aspect? Don't we have IT inclined personnel to give us a system that can make this easy by working in hand with the statistics students?
You see, one thing I've been seeing in this country is that our IT system is very weak. But we are loud in preaching about IT system.
Is it that we don't have the men, or is it weak as in weak?
We have the men. In fact, they are. I don't think when someone can hack the MTN system and then see later and come and sell at cheaper prices. I don't think people are even entering to people's bank accounts in very banks and withdraw money from the transferring monies. I don't think people are now even calling themselves scammers or whatever. People's account outside
the country, not even within their domain. They go to the extent of external accounts.
I don't think people are now using people's WhatsApp or Facebook account even impersonate or to steal from people. I don't think in this country. So what kind of practice do we need? You know, get kind of these people, just put them into prison or put them in ambassador. Yeah, no. Because of poverty, hardship in the country. You know, because somebody has gone through the technical system, then they have computer science ICT. Know that computer science ICT, it doesn't know where to fix itself to. So the only thing he knows, the level is to make money. Through peer pressure, peer influence, those just get enjoying this kind of scammer system. And I'm being somewhat that they are acquired. But you know, even anything to somebody's bank account through IT systems, about all the software. And they know how to do this. So what are you doing with them? The electoral commission will employ someone from outside to come and do this a logo for the commission.
A logo where we have designers.
So can't you have somebody just a thinker so they can't the person design a logo? They pay billions of cities to design the logo.
That's serious.
No, Ghana you are living now. And thinkers institutions themselves even sent their products outside Ghana or put reviews for them, bring them back. Let's go around and check. I can't remember there was technical students that they are union as JUNUT, where they established a private fashion concern. There's a fashion company where they have the belief that let their own students come to the company, at least use the machines they produce for the technical students. The technical students will no longer award their souvenirs to China again. Everything be done in Ghana. But where did it go?
But with JUNUT issue, personally, I have issues with JUNUT. And if we say we talk about JUNUT, we will talk and talk and talk, because if JUNUT is a motherboard for all technical education systems in Ghana, or perhaps all technical students in Ghana, what authority are they plying on? Or is it that they've also misplaced some priorities and they are no more efficient to the point of bringing some kind of efficiency to the technical education system, that the students will now be proud of having a technical education? JUNUT, isn't it a failure as a body?
For my matter of JUNUT, currently.
No, let's call it spade a spade. Isn't JUNUT a failure?
I can boldly say that during our time when we were students of technical university or technical university, JUNUT was very vibrant. I can remember lecturers went on strike for about 3 to 4 months. Then the JUNUT were fighting. They demonstrated the whole Ghana. Every region we did regional demonstration. We even went to nationwide in Accra, where the NCS and Masamenu was supposed to present a petition to the minister. The then Professor Adnan Nadi and Apokai. Okay. She didn't come. She sent Honorable Dara, the deputy minister, to come and take the petition. The guy said he was not going to give it to the man. He did the minister. See the boldness, the vim to call the woman. They stood there for hours.
What happened to those?
What happened? I want to bring my point is that it's our priority. You see, technical education in Ghana now, the government see those institutions, those like JUNUT as it's a minor union. That's what in place. JUNUT will go to a government institution of which they have to suffer before even seeing the minister in that institution. But what talk of NUS? You see NUS everywhere. Even NUS in lessons is captured everywhere, because that's where government priority is. You see, sometimes you can force yourself to be there, You've not been given the chance to be there. You can't go there.
You can go there.
And police entering to Junus also now is like my parents now power to know. I said, they can't say, so let me keep quiet and then at least.
So you saying now, are you saying that Junut is politically influenced and that is not making them function?
Not Junut alone, but that's the system we are even in Ghana now. Even in the technical institution, even who to become, not currently know there's recruitment going on in technical institution.
Yes.
If you want, before man and God, let's go and check the backgrounds of people that they are going to recruit in this time. And you see that somebody who has the background of the knowledge in that area will not put there. Because of political influence, because of protocol from here, protocol from there, protocol from there. That's influence in the system will not allow the men who know how to do the work being employed to that system.
Lovely viewers, we're talking about the challenges of the technical students in our country, Ghana. And I know you agree with me that before we can grow as a nation, we need to uphold our technical knowledge. But let me remind you also that this show is brought to you by the Gram Sati inside Amekom Kumasi. And the Gram Sati has everything you need when it comes to media. Just call them, contact them, or follow them on their Instagram or the Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter pages, and then let them come and serve you with their wonderful packages they have. The same way Juvie Boy Clothing inside Atonsu Asoya Road is calling on you for any apparel you want. Just walk in and let Juvie Boy Clothing give you that outfit for that wedding, that party, that brilliant occasion you want to attend. Just contact Juvie Boy Clothing and let them get you dressed up. Honorable Sadiq, I want to ask this question in continuation to our conversation actually. Now, looking at our system now, as let's say me and you are technical student, we started from that channel. Would you say that our technical universities of today, okay, because of some programs introduced in the technical universities, is not making the technical know-how or perhaps the abilities that is supposed to be impacted into the ordinary technical student is no more getting impacted now? Because now you go to a technical university and you see banking and finance. You go to a technical university and you see secretariatship and management. Fine, those are practical works. But technical university is supposed to teach handiworks. It's supposed to bring the technical know-how of the ordinary student. Would you say that the technical school is not taking its form because of the introduction of some of these traditional courses in our technical universities?
You see, the perception that technical education will only be the handiwork, like the engineering or the sciences and that stuff.
No, it isn't the perception anyway, but there should be more practical. But my point is there should be more practical than that of the theoretical.
You see, so if that is the teaching aspect, the mode of delivery aspect. You see, if like for example, somebody who is being taught of that's why the person chew and pour for only 1 hour. It's even sometimes even for the whole month, so we go for lab like once or twice. You see, so that is the technical, the handy, or the technical know-how, the skills. The student might not get the skill, but might get the theoretical aspect of the work or the theoretical aspect of the course. But the practical ones will be covered by the person.
And is that not what is collapsing?
I know a friend who did engineering course. And then we were driving to Accra, and then I had a slight fault in my car, and then you have to park. He was there with me. You have to call
a mechanic. He couldn't fix it.
So Biggie,
what did you want to learn?
Biggie, we probably 2 years ago that we to fix a car. The child man, but I'm the expert. Somebody who didn't even go to the guy, just roadside learning or whatever it is that I want to do, this kind of fitting shop or fitting work at the roadside, is now calling him an expert. You believe that he's an expert, but for them, know nothing about theory. They know nothing about theory. All practical. If we ask him one person, the person doesn't know. He doesn't know the engineering maths, people and so on. He doesn't know it. What the person knows is the engine, no? We say, that's what he knows. The person can't even draw how the formation of the shape of the engine. He can't draw.
No.
But when they put the engine there, you can fix every force in the engine. So compare somebody in technical education or the technical university learning the kind of engineering, compare somebody who is in the vocational side learning the same engineering. See, there's a vast difference. For them, they are always on the job.
What can we do different as a country?
By empowering them. Make sure, you see, the technical university, for example, like this, it's a very nice program. You see, and I know it was adopted from German's perspective, but that's what the German, both Germany have one of the technical institutions being at least as a solution to the country's development, and then at least we also want to adopt from the German technical education system to our country.
But you see, that is our problem.
But for them,
you see, I'm not catching you. We're still going to continue, but that's a problem in this country. We keep adopting, and the implementation is none.
You see, the implementation side, as we are saying, comes in political interest. In the political,
we go back to the same stuff.
If the government in power, you see, we need to buy. That's it. So I remember that when was converted to in technical university in 2016, where in the same year to the then president lost the election, and so we are back to square one. So now
and it took so many years to even convert.
You see,
the system,
because the one who was in the process of conversion left the scene. A new government came. The new government continued to become difficult. And as it stands now, this is on strike.
Yes. That is on strike now for their pensions and all that.
Strike because they believe that they are all in basic lectures. They are all doing doctors or whatever. They all form the same, have the same qualifications. You have to have the same remuneration or the same the same entitlement. So even if treating them, giving them their entitlement as of the traditional education come out, the traditional universities has become a problem. But let Peter go on strike today. The whole nation will shake.
The whole nation
will be a shake in the country. But we could not even hear of the strike of the tutor. We don't even feel it in the country. I don't feel it.
You see, this is what informed my earlier question, that GNUT, is GNUT not a failure? Because if GNUT even stands in the gap of the ordinary students and advocates, GNUT should now even be talking. Because now, what the strike going on is not just affecting, the lecturers, or perhaps they might think they are home, but the greatest portion of it is the effect it has on the ordinary students. And you stand as a motherboard.
GNUT is IMU. Let's forget about the leadership.
But we have to follow a leadership.
Let's forget the leadership. You see, even in our own SRCs and the various institutions, what are they also doing to earmark this kind of strike? This is SRC square. Because when I came to Kumasi today, past week campus, SRC sharing their souvenir experience and happy, neglecting that there's a strike happening. So what is SRC doing in the strike? You see, so I was listening to Hello FM when I was driving, and there was an interview going on. And then there was a man who said, Ghana, we don't need this kind of entry once a day, we need action.
We need
if somebody is fooling, call the person, you have to shoot the person and get the person.
No, that's also too much of a violence.
See, the man is saying that
we don't want anyone to fall anyway.
He said that in Ghana, even if the court sentence someone to life imprisonment, we keep the person in prison so the person dies naturally. But if life imprisonment and the life will go by, is it by hanging, by shooting, or by whatever, the person dies, that leads to do some scariness. No, what the person is saying that he believes in action or reaction.
Okay.
Like the police,
that's the action style of leadership.
The style, like people are German was a DCOP in Kumasi. The action you put in hand, those kind of other they need. We don't need too much talking. That's all on strike. GNUT, I think by now. Which comes some kind of long press release written to the
But is it just about the talking? Because the press release alone don't
but I believe probably they are still also in a dialogue with the press institutions. We don't hear from them. It's not about it's also all about engaging the media.
Okay.
Sometimes it's all about doing some kind of groundswell to see things are also moving slowly. So but when it comes to the media,
have the facts ready and everything.
What about I'm going to say? Remember that communicate the whole world as a whole.
Okay.
So if students, somebody's parents get to hear this is what is going on. At least the value of the technical education must even the person must even lose interest as what is even coming to technical education, but whatever goes out. So I think Unit is now working out to see things will go smoothly. This as we don't hear from them. And for now, I was expecting them to also come out with the communication. The students should come down as they are still embarking on a dialogue with the key stakeholders. But that communication I have not seen this time. I believe that they are also working.
That's right. So we pray they work hard and bring out the best in the ordinary students in the Technical University. But join to the final part of this conversation. Let's look at reforms. I mean, in your opinion, what are some reforms that you think when we institute in our technical universities will help bring back the love for technical education in this country? Because in those days, like the 80s, I didn't come to me the early 80s actually, but I am from the 80s and I enjoy the 90s. I see how people strive to go for technical education, but now you don't see that anymore. What are some reforms that you suggest, though, that when we implement in our technical universities will help bring back this love for technical education?
Personally, I believe that the theory aspect of it should be minimized. Like there should be more of practical, so that the theory can be like 40 or 30%, and the practical aspect should be like 70-60%. So during examination, you just write a theory of 20 or 30%, then you do the practical.
Almost every examination is theory.
For it, because I can't remember one computer, is it accounting computer, there was one lab work they've been doing. But I see students are not taking that lab work a bit serious. You see, when they start, see people rushing and going to the lab, see students, before it's time for them to write their lab paper, students with laptops all over campus learning how to gain some kind of using the software and stuff. See, that kind of zeal, the student want to learn the thing. Because of the examination
is learning.
But if that aspect is about 70% of the entire course the person is doing,
you'll be forced to learn.
Always the person will pass have to do it. When the person is being employed in the market, he will not suffer.
That's right.
He will not suffer.
That's right.
And again, I also believe that, there should be an exit plan
for the technical students.
If the person is exiting, where is he going? As a nation, we should have an exit plan for them. It's not that we say, when you go to America, they do this, when you go to China, they do. No, but at least we have an exit plan. I support the number of those one district, one factory policy.
Okay.
Although it is not seeing the green light as it stands now, but I support that because I believe that we have a lot of plants or a lot of factories in the country. That's how you know, this kind of people as you exit, they are fitting here. And then we should get rid of this old age people from the system.
The system.
Somebody has been on pension for 60 years, as you all know. Then we give the person contract for 2, 5, or 6 years. Meanwhile, there's backlogs in the age.
I'm actually seeing that even in our presidency because I don't know which law is keeping that. Perhaps my ignorance may set me free in that tangent. But then, a country for which we have a pension limit of 60 years, and we have a president of 77 years, are we progressing?
Well, that has been a debate, I believe, between the parliamentarians that doesn't even understand. It has been a debate.
Because if we have the old folks in the system, how can the new knowledge be implemented?
So I believe that at least there should be a reform or an amendment in the constitution where at least the cut-off age can be bring down a bit, at least reduce some years age, at least.
That's right.
Can say although the parent is fit enough, at least he cannot be fit as to
a young brain
50 guy coming up with.
That's right.
And they also have experience, man. So look, you don't talk about experience. So somebody who has the technical education, who only did attachments, but has not worked
to have that experience.
So I think we need 3 or 4 experience. Where do you want us to go and get experience?
Get the experience from? That's what comes on the exit plan.
So give us the experience once we are in school.
So
give us the attachment. Let us go in the attachment at where we likely might be employed. You see, if an electrical engineering student wants to do attachment in either VRA or whatever, ECG, whatever, they have to struggle. If you have to know somebody there, struggle before you get there to do the attachment. Shouldn't it be so So if somebody who is doing this kind of electrical engineering course or automobile course doesn't know anybody in that institution, the person will not get the practical knowledge of the work, and it's not fine. So as they are going there for attachment, 3 months, it's not an experience.
It is.
So if when the person comes there, you tell the person, this is how you do the thing. You do it for 3 months. The next month you come out for 3 years. So there 3 years, you'll be there for like 9 months.
9 months.
What? When the person knows how to do the work.
Mm.
The person will know how to do the work.
That's right.
Unless the person is lazy being. If a rational human being wants to bring some developmental project to the nation, will know how to do the work. By the time the person exits, he knows where he's going. But now when they exit,
there's no exit plan.
Now they'll be telling us we should be entrepreneurs. For where are we going?
So you should be entrepreneurs. I mean, now you can even be selling pure water, you're an entrepreneur. that's the country you come
when
into
I was
now.
driving I left Legon in the morning like 7:30, and I was driving through to Achimota coming. I go to Dulu and I saw people selling tiger nut drinks, coming up with so many fruits, juices, different varieties and stuff. But they are not flying.
Because there's no support.
You see, we don't even believe in that juice from our own people. Somebody has packaged Sobolo in a very nice way. But we don't have the belief to buy them. You understand? When you go to programs, even now, I've seen people now even modernizing
traditional marriages and all that.
They are bringing the traditional bar, Sobolo, Asa, and that kind of product.
Yes.
So we should encourage that thing in the media. And then this boils back to the FDAs and then the fashion industry and those people, at least also the tourism industry, also at least enhance and help those kind of people to do more or to see the light, because people are coming up with different varieties of products from this kind of tiger nuts, other fruit products that we have to push them. They don't get support. So they are being entrepreneurs, not putting their trust in government employment. Government is something. So let us give them the support. It's not really about they shouldn't have even be like we should have the money to advertise, but at least there should be a system in the country where if a young man comes with this kind of something, then the government can support the person to advertise it and see, at least give them where they can even sell the product. And they can also make something. If you can create entrepreneurs out of what you are doing. That's right. If you don't do this, you still be scared. You finish, come, be scammers, be doing this and doing that and be complaining.
Now your final words to a viewer watching who might have finished a technical university or technical training and now is stranded at home, doesn't know what to do. So he's thinking of going to the bush and burn some charcoal, or perhaps go and find a way and do this galaxy. At least when you get it. Your advice to that viewer watching.
Yes, at least as I'm also a product of technical education as ICT, and then the system is not all that simple. But I tell you the truth, even the system is cool or hard, nobody will put food on the table.
That's right.
So family needs to survive. The little that you've learned, you can start with something. For example, like if you did something like a bit engineering, know about engineering, and you think that currently there's no job, or if you want to work in a big company, stop it. Start opening your own small shops, servicing cars and stuff. Or if you do not even do it, go and see some mechanic somewhere and then do it as an attachment or as a worker for him and do more. And as you are also doing it, you're also doing more. Try to open your own shop or come together as groups and form groups and then do more things. But personally, I have a friend of mine, we added marketing. Okay. Then we are about 3 guys who have come together as marketing consultants. And we've been doing quotas for small SMEs and then getting some small cash from them.
So some teamwork.
That's what we're doing. Somebody can say, oh, I want to do some research for me, and then probably we'll do this for people where sometimes we do stock taking and we take contracts. Sometimes we don't even take contracts we cannot do. But we just employ our colleagues to help and that, and we all be working together.
That's awesome.
So you shouldn't always rely on the government. Personally, there's a such shopping government model sponsor, but
start shopping, so
it's not that bad. So,
but at least you didn't do the process you're going through before you come to find someone to job. Like easy.
It's not easy. It's easy. Some might see it's really a cool, but
some do have.
Some of us, as you are smiling, it seems like you had it on. Some people say, people they had it on the solar pattern. No. It's hard work. And as you learn, you practice, you learn, you practice,
That's
you learn,
right.
you practice.
That's right.
And everything will go.
Thank you so much, Honorable Sadiq Abubakar. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And my lovely viewer, thank you so much for staying glued to the channel, and thank you for enjoying this conversation. We've been talking about some challenges in our technical education, and I believe you agree with us that whatever we've spoken about is of importance, that if you and I put them into consideration, we will be able to build our nation to some extent. It's not always that we have to be waiting on government. Even though, like he said, some of the reforms he mentioned, there should be an exit plan. But the question here is, if nobody's giving you an exit plan, can't you find your own exit plan?
Sure.
So let us all be, abreast with this information. Let's educate ourselves in a way and then find our own exit plan. Not for our selfish gains anyways, but to build Mother Ghana. Thank you so much for staying with to the channel, and thank you, Honorable Sadiq, for coming to share this wonderful time with us.
Thank you
so much. We'll come your way again next week with another wonderful conversation. My name is Tete Mante Albert. You can call me Grandpa anytime, any day, and I'll respond to you. But before I go, don't forget this show is brought to you by the Grams Arty inside Ameko Kumasi, and they have everything media. You can contact them on 0546 449980, or you can follow them on the various social media platforms, and they will be there to serve you with the packages they have. Juvie Boy Clothing is inside Atunsu Agogo Asoya Road, and they have anything clothing from feminine to masculine. Just contact them and let them dress you for that wonderful occasion you have. You can contact Juvie Boy Clothing on the number 0246 002521, or you can follow them on their various social media handles, and they will be there to serve you when you call on them. Thank you so much for enjoying the conversation with us. We'll come your way again next week, and it's bye for now.